I've known maybe 300 of those guys that are slightly sleazy, but not quite sleazy. But do they know what they're really doing? You know. We have to pay homage to the time in history, the 2020 pandemic, hence the gloves. 2020 pandemic. We can't touch each other. We had to sterilize the microphone. Who knew?
I know. Well, when you shot this, at least it was before this whole coronavirus thing, so...
Well, you know what I believe? This whole coronavirus thing is the tip of the iceberg and how we're going to be social from here on out. I believe it's the tip of the iceberg. We're going to have to not hang out.
Yeah, so when they when they hand you an Academy Award, do you think they're going to have gloves on when they hand it to you?
They're going to have to FedEx it. It's awful.
Okay, so you play a producer in this film. And you've been in 571 movies and TV shows. My God, you don't even know. You can't even name them. So what producers and directors did you use to come up with this character?
Well, of course, you're not going to name names, but I've known maybe 300 of those guys that are slightly sleazy, but not quite sleazy. But do they know what they're really doing? You know, you kind of wonder about them. I've known maybe 300 of those guys. I've worked with maybe 30 of them, so I know them well. So I had no issues in understanding how to play that guy. I just made this movie for fun because it was fun for me. But the important thing about this film is the message. And psychotropic drugs work great for some people, and they don't for some people. Like, for me, I was on them for 3 years personally. They were awful for me. Everybody thought I was on narcotics. So it does not work for me. But they do work for some people, and we have to understand what we're dealing with and why. And this film is a great education. Did
you meet Aaron first, or you saw the script first for you to decide whether you wanted to do it, or I need to know that dynamic. What happened? What did you see first?
I had heard about Aaron, and I heard he was a bit of a genius, odd and interesting, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I read his script, really appreciated the script. Thought it was a very small part for me. I don't mind small parts. I don't mind big parts. I like parts that are fun to play. But I wonder why he was after me for that part. So I asked him, why are you after me for that part? And he said, just because I enjoy watching you. It was a great answer. Great. I love being here. Anyway, so I made the movie for him. And then in hanging out with him, I realized that what he was doing, he's out to remove the shame of this kind of life when you have to have psychotropics, when you're bipolar, whatever it is. He's removing the shame from it, which is very valuable because then people are more honest about what they're going through if there is no shame. And so I'm behind him 100%.
It seems like no other actor could have played that part other than him.
You know what? I agree wholeheartedly with you. Yeah. Well, the movie is autobiographical,
right? In
that it's what he goes through on a daily basis. Like I find out this whole what's it called when you sexual harassment? I was unaware of it because I've been married for 27 years. I've behaved for 27 years. I don't know this goes on since I don't do it. And when I find out about it, I ask these girls, does this happen with you? Every day, Eric. Every day we go through this. I'm like, really? Wow.
How come big studios can't make a cool little film like this?
You'll have to ask the big studios. They invest a lot of money. So little bitty films that they call them, which means a personal story, does not scream money. It's not going to make a fortune. Sometimes they do, but they aren't. And it also depends on how they're marketed. You have to market a movie way before it comes out, so everybody's ready to get ready to go. And it's a big deal process. And movies are a real beast unto themselves because it also depends on what's happening in society, what's happening in history, what's happening in politics. Everything matters for a movie because it's all the ambiance of what's going on in your life around the subject. So current events are important, and we have a big one with the coronavirus, the gloves.